Hi everyone, this is Cherie with Unmuting Me. I am the founder and owner of the company, and my company is called Unmuting Me. UNMUTINGME. When you think about that name, Unmuting Me, it actually means that you are giving yourself a voice because you were once silenced. So that's what I'm here about. That's what my whole channel is going to be about, is really unmuting yourself, because what I realized from my experience is that if we mute ourselves almost all of our lives and don't even know it. And we go through so many bad relationships. We go through so many relationships with other people, bad friendships, bad relationships. And one of the most important things about the relationship that I'm going to talk about today is the relationship that you're having with yourself. When you understand about when you have a relationship with yourself, that should be the number one priority. But we don't do that. We usually put others in front of ourselves a lot, because that's what we've been programmed to do, is always considering others before ourselves. But many times when we start to do that, we start to lose ourselves, and we start to lose our own identity, and we start to put ourselves in other situations that cause us to really forget who we are. So that's what we're going to talk about today, the relationship you're having with yourself. So just a little bit of background about Unmuting Me. I didn't have a good relationship with myself, and it's taken me some time to recover from that. I've gone through terrible relationships, allowing people to abuse me, not physically, but mentally. And mental abuse is something that is hard to discover when you're in a relationship, because sometimes we're so oblivious to it because we are so in love with that person, or we want to make things work with other people, and we become a doormat. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This can be a friendship. This can be a relationship you're having with your family, your friends, and other people that are around you. So I lived that life all of my life, honestly, and I realized that it was very detrimental, and I didn't realize until later in life, until I was almost 30, that I did not know who I was, and I didn't have a good relationship with myself because of what I thought a relationship was. So that's something to think about. When you think about the relationship you're having with yourself, you need to start to think about, am I treating myself the way I should be treated? We sometimes treat everyone else like gold, but then we always forget about ourselves, and we forget about who we are. And that is something that I want to address, and I want to make sure that it's clear, because unless we have a relationship with ourselves, it's going to be very hard for us to have relationships with other people, because for one, we forget to even love ourselves. That word has been tossed around so many times recently. But seriously, when you understand about the relationship you have with yourself, first starts with you understanding that you need to love yourself first. When you love yourself first, then you can love other people. And if you try to love other people without loving who you are, you're really not loving yourself. That's why a lot of people go through so many abusive relationships, bad, toxic relationships with significant others and with friends and families, and they tolerate it because they completely forget about themselves. So that's what I want to focus on today. If we don't have a good relationship with ourselves, everything else is going to crumble in the end anyway. It's going to feel good at the moment, but the moment that withers or dries up, that will determine if you really love yourself. And of course, as human nature, any relationship that we have a close attachment to will definitely affect us with our emotions. But I have come to learn that, me personally, when I have had bad relationships with people, I felt like that was the end of the world, and I completely forgot about myself. I went through depression and stress and all that because I completely forgot. So one thing I want us to first understand is three questions as we go along in this channel. So the main thing we want to focus on is the relationship that you're having with yourself. You got to ask yourself, realistically, do I have a good relationship with myself? Am I really hurting myself? Do I even love myself? Being real. If you're not real with yourself, you're going to be fake. And you're going to be fake with yourself, and you're going to be fake with other people. So it's going to be time for you to have to answer that question to yourself. And the best time to do that is right now. Because honestly, I think that they're going to get some type of realization or some aha moment in something that's in like a good situation. Usually you don't have that conversation until you're down, until you are down in the dumps and it's only you and only you. You want to know why the relationship is so important? It's because you sleep with yourself every day. You lay with yourself every day. You talk to yourself every day. Your mind talk to you every day. The relationship, the intimacy of a relationship is with yourself daily, every second. So you need to see and check and see if you're having that relationship with yourself and what kind of relationship that you're having with yourself. So 3 things to ask yourself is, do you value yourself? Do you value yourself? Meaning that, do I understand what the word value means? Meaning that, am I important to me? Am I important to myself to where I don't need to go and find it elsewhere? Do I value myself? Think about that. Another thing, do you understand the meaning of the relationship with yourself? Do you understand the meaning of a relationship with yourself? Meaning that, do you understand the importance of having a relationship with yourself? And try to figure out right now what that relationship is that you have with yourself. Are you having a toxic relationship with yourself? Is your mind so full of negativity that you are living in the shadow of your past? Are you using the past to dictate who you are right now that ultimately dictates your future? We'll get into a lot of those topics later on. But yeah, the second one is, do you understand the value and the meaning of the relationship with yourself? And if you see me looking down, I actually want to make sure I'm staying on track, so I'm not on a tangent of talking. But yeah, do you understand the value and the importance of the relationship with yourself? And then the last one is, what is the difference between me having understanding the self-worth, understanding my self-worth versus self-esteem? Those are some things we're going to talk about. We're going to be getting into it because my goal is to help those who are like me, those who have or want to go through this journey with me and realize that, 1, life is too short. 2, figuring out what are the things in the past that have caused me to be the person that I am. And 3, why do I do the things that I do even though I don't want to do it? Why do I do the things that I do that I don't want to do? And why do I say the things that I say I don't want to say? It usually comes from already what we've been programmed to do. And we're going to talk about those programmings because a lot of those programs are very negative. And since they're negative, you have that voice of negativity that is continuously feeding everything about you. So if you want to know why you had bad relationships, why you've been dumped, why you don't have good self-esteem about yourself, why you have low self-worth and value, why you are in the situation that you're in now, and different things that happen in your life that you have not yet overcome or you haven't forgiven yourself for or forgiven other people for. People in this world will do you very bad. And that's how life is. Some people are not like you or I, but you are watching this video because you want to change and you want help doing that. And I am a transformational coach, and I will make sure that I help you get there step by step. This is Cherie with Unmuting Me LLC. I am the owner and founder of the company, and I want you to give yourself a voice today. And we're going to do this together. Stay tuned. And if you are very much interested in more, continuously look at more videos. I'm very much new to the video recording and all of that, but hey, we're gonna get that together, and whatever I throw out there may be a jewel or a nugget for someone, so be it. And if it resonates with you, I want you are part of this channel. We are all one big community. I look forward to seeing comments and suggestions and things that you may be interested in talking about. I'm gonna be hitting it hard. You know, it's unmuting me. It is very, very much edited. I don't edit myself. I'm very much a person to where I want to give myself a voice, and I want you to give yourself that same chance of giving yourself a voice. Cherie with Unmuting Me Coaching, transformational coaching.